Welcome to How to Motion Track in Final Cut Pro 10. Step 1. Import the footage you wish to track into your timeline. Step 2. Select your footage and open your inspector by clicking the button at the top right of your editor. Within your inspector, locate the Trackers option at the bottom of the menu and click the plus. This will add an object track to your footage displayed as a small grid. Step 3. Adjust your object track by clicking and dragging this grid to the area you wish to track. And furthermore, customize the motion track by selecting any of the edges to shrink it down in scale. You may also use the orange markers to achieve the same result by adjusting width and height, with an additional choice to change rotation by selecting the inner orange marker. Step 4. Once you've selected the area you'd like to track, click the Analyze button at the top left of your viewer. Final Cut Pro 10 will analyze your footage and automatically create keyframes for position, rotation, and scale to match the movement of the area selected. On a helpful side note, Final Cut Pro 10 will analyze the entirety of the clip forward and backward, regardless of where you begin analyzing in your timeline. Step 5. Once Final Cut Pro 10 has finished analyzing your footage, you may finish your motion track by attaching something like a text or a shape through opening your titles and generators at the top left of your editor. After choosing and dragging the desired item into your timeline, open the Transform menu and underneath Tracker Options, change your tracker to Object Track. This will match your text or shape to the tracked movements of your clip. If you have multiple tracking points in your scene, make sure to rename each of these points by selecting your footage, opening the inspector, and scrolling down to your trackers. Here, you can double-click the track names to change each one individually. By doing this, you can guarantee a simple motion track edit for your project. Now, if parts of your track don't fully align with the clip's movements, you can adjust the track by right-clicking the footage and in the drop-down menu, selecting Show Tracking Editor. Make sure the tracking is set to Object Track. Then select the area that doesn't align by clicking and dragging the blue line. In doing so, a small part of your track will be highlighted, which you can reanalyze or delete. Most often, by deleting those keyframe points, the motion track becomes much smoother as it interpolates the frames between both track points. You can also insert your own keyframes by finding the trackers in your footage inspector and adding a keyframe. With this method, you can guarantee an accurate motion track. In addition, you can customize your track even more by selecting your item, opening the Transform menu, and under Tracker Options, selecting and or deselecting tracker applications to achieve the specific motion track desired. You can also adjust this in your inspector transform settings. This is most helpful when trying to track a specific part of your footage, such as scale, rotation, and or position. You can fine-tune this even further by finding your tracker in your inspector and switching the analysis method. While the automatic setting is usually reliable, there are times when machine learning and point cloud will improve the motion track. Now, machine learning is most useful when you're tracking common objects like people, animals, trees, chairs, etc. And it's best used if what you're tracking is sometimes slightly obscured or covered up. Point cloud, on the other hand, is known for being better in many instances, as it maps an array of tracking points to high contrast areas. This is typically beneficial for tracking unique textures that machine learning may not be able to identify, like a wall. Unlike machine learning, though, if your tracking points become obscured, the point cloud tracker will fail. If you have more questions about motion tracking, ask them in the comments and we'll be happy to help. But in the meantime, that's how you motion track in Final Cut Pro 10.